What the fuck are these zombies? How many? Get the fuck away from me, bro.
What? Oh my god, they're AFK. What?
Holy Jesus. What is that? What the fuck is that?
Dude, what? SCF is the worst community game mode that I've ever played. And with the countless amounts of game modes that I've played, that is not an easy title to attain. If you don't know what SCF is, then God bless you. SCF, also known as Super Zombie Fortress, is essentially Left 4 Dead's ugly cousin. You're randomly assigned to either Blue Team, the Zombie Team, or Red Team, the Survivor Team. As a survivor, you spawn with your melee only and have to look around for weapons to pick up throughout whatever map you're playing on. So far it doesn't sound that bad, right? It really just seems like Left 4 Dead but in TF2. So what could possibly be so bad about this game mode? When you play Versus in Left 4 Dead, the special infected are always the biggest threat for the survivors. The common infected act more like a fill in the gap to prevent the survivors from bum rushing every campaign in the game, rather than be an actual threat. They can be threatening, don't get me wrong, but that's only under very specific circumstances, and it's mostly when they synergize with the special infected. Now everything that I just said about Left 4 Dead is the opposite in SCF. The common infected are more threatening than the special infected, which just really makes you ask why the game mode has special infected in the first place. Why play as the jockey when you can go scout and deal 60 damage per swing? Talking about damage, the damage numbers make absolutely zero sense in this game mode. One moment you're hauling ass with your teammates, the next moment you find out that half of your team died by 3 zombies.
Perfectly balanced, this whole thing should be.
Now, this wouldn't be an issue if there was something, anything communicated to the player about the sudden damage jump. There's absolutely nothing that tells you whether the zombie in front of you is about to deal 30 damage or twice that amount. The only 2 ways to somewhat determine how screwed you are is by either number 1, looking at the leaderboard. For whatever reason, the more people you have on your team, the more screwed you are by dealing less damage yourself and the zombies dealing absolutely absurd damage, and the less people you have on your team, the more insane your damage is gonna be. The second way of finding out how screwed you are is whether there's a frenzy or not. A frenzy is a short period of time where the zombies get a damage boost and respawn instantly. Yes, respawn instantly. Now, these frenzies are not the same as the hordes in Left 4 Dead, which makes them very, very bullshit. You know how you're usually able to distract a horde by throwing a pipe bomb or a bile jar? Not here, sucker! If there's a frenzy, your best bet is to pray to God that you don't get hard focused by the zombies, or that the frenzy started at a really inconvenient time for the zombies. But the biggest offense from the frenzy is when it happens after the tank dies. What's up with that? What, is having half of your team die to the tank not punishing enough? It's like getting shot in your leg and then having someone rub salt into the wound. Actually, I'll do you one better. Frenzy after frenzy ends. What in the world is the balancing idea behind this? The fact that there's no delay on it too, it just happens instantly, leaving no breathing room after having at least 5 of your teammates die. There's just something awfully wrong with the tank, I just can't put my finger on it. He works similarly to the Left 4 Dead tank, but there are a few key differences with him. You can't aim where your crosshair will go. Once you start throwing the rock, it will be thrown in the direction you are looking at before initiating the throw. Speaking of his rock, the rock instantly kills you and can do collateral damage. Pretty controversial in my opinion. I guess not being able to aim the rock once you start throwing it balances it out a bit? I don't know. The bigger thing about him is the fact that he's super speedy on full health, but loses all his speed the lower his health is, which is so bizarre considering the fact that he loses health over time. And what's up with 4 tanks spawning in one round? No, I'm serious. Name one Left 4 Dead campaign that spawns 4 tanks one after another with 1 second delay. What? The Sacrifice? Alright, you got me. Although these tanks are not spawned randomly, they're summoned once you turn on the generators, and they deal consistent damage, making it not overly punishing for getting hit by them. That is, unless you get whacked by a car. So don't be surprised to learn that the next time you play SCF, survivors will most likely score 0 round wins. And unless you're on the infected team, your ass is grass.